Gold medal winners from 2018, so they are going to be out to defend that title, especially on home soil in Birmingham. Joining us now is England assistant coach Sonia Mkoloma. Kia ora, Sonia, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Look, no problem at all. We really do appreciate your time, and we were talking off camera about how you are quite the vagabond at the moment, travelling around the world doing netball's great work, and you're currently in South Africa. So talk to us a bit about that.
Yeah, so the English girls domestic season, we've come for a training tour to South Africa just to kind of, I guess, reconnect as a team and as a coaching staff and, to get in some hard yards before we start going into Commonwealth Games prep camps.
Now, Sonia, there's been a few comparisons here in New Zealand about your team that you've selected for Com Games and the team that the Silver Ferns selected in 2019. And the comparison is your fossils, your players with all these caps. You've got so many caps, Mentor, Clark, Harton. It's insane how much experience you've got. How do you get that balance right with having those experienced players, but also throwing in those new players and that next bit of talent?
Oh, it's been a great journey. I think the last 4 years and since Commonwealth Games, we've young players coming through, a lot of youth. So we've got a nice mixture of youth experience, a lot of breadth within our team, which you guys will know a lot of English teams in the past wasn't as diverse, I would say, when I was in some of those teams. So, we've got a nice mix of dynamic players. We've got different playing styles now, high energy and a bit more tactically diverse. And yeah, that includes some of the older experienced heads, but also we've got a nice combination of youth and a lot of girls, for them, that's their first time going to Commonwealth Games.
And Sonia, let's talk about some of that youth, because one player in particular that has been missed out of your team, George Fisher, of course, she played down here for the Steel in the ANZ Premiership. There's no room for her, and she had such an outstanding season. What went against her?
It's not so much about what went against her. George Fisher's had a great season down with you guys the last 2 seasons. She's grown as a player coming, and she's always considered a part of the netball squad, and she sits on our reserve list currently. But with the players that we have, we've got different positions, we've got connections, we've got diversity across positions. So for us, it's about being smart in who we take games and in that selection process. And unfortunately for this term, George has missed out along with a few other players. But we're confident in who we've selected and who we've kind of taken within our 12.
We have to, admire the courage of England selectors, because I feel like every time we do see an England squad, it does have those staple players. So, taking that risk with newer players. I mean, obviously you've got that gold medal in mind again. You come in defending this gold medal on home soil. Do you take that into account when you're preparing for this stage this time around?
Yeah, I guess, like you said, we are defending, which for us is very important. It's been a journey, and it's going to be a journey. We are still taking one game at a time, and with us, it's about our drive and determination. Like, we are on home soil, and that's exciting for us, the players and the fans. So that is important. But, we have that belief and any team for granted in what we're doing. So, we're excited, but we're preparing like we would, game on game, and taking it as it comes.
We've just seen that Laura Malcolm has signed for next year to play for the Tactics, so another of the English team that are going to be in New Zealand. I mean, how big a challenge is that? Because a number of the English squad play in Australia, play in New Zealand, play in the UK League. Is that what makes the tour like you're on at the moment in South Africa so important? Because there's a lot of time, obviously, that these players aren't seeing each other and playing each other on a regular basis.
Yeah, 100%. And this tour is about reconnecting players. Obviously, we've taken a long squad on tour with us now, so we've got a lot of our youth coming along with some of the girls that are not still playing or involved in the SSN currently. So for us, it is about reconnecting players and combinations. It is, getting everyone to touch the ball at international level and preparing us for that, because the ANZ and the SSN do finish a bit later than our domestic league.
It's such a big year for you guys, Sonia. You're obviously a former elite player that now is coaching. How have you found that transition? Because not many players can play at the top and coach at the top.
Yes, I guess for me it's been a journey. You know, I finished my playing career actually in Australia after the ANZ back in 2014. But while I was out there, you know, I did a lot of coaching with local clubs and within schools. And, you know, to be fair, Netball New South Wales and Netball Australia are really good in helping me with my coach development, my progress within that space. So for me, coming into and getting the opportunity to come back to the UK and coach at international level has been a great honour, but it has also been a journey which I've been on for nearly 6 years with my coaching career and what I've been doing out in Australia. So I think it's just for me, you know, the opportunity to coach back for your home country, who I've been playing for all my life, you know.
And of course, you bring that competitive streak that the team will well and truly be feeding off. We're guessing, look, finally, Sonia, before we let you go, Commonwealth Games, of course, everyone is going for those medals. Who do you feel is probably your biggest threat at the Games? You're not allowed to say everyone's a threat.
I know, but, you know, it has been, like, for us, it's been a great international season for us. You know, we've played a lot of the top teams and we've improved every time we've stepped out on court. But, you know, we don't take anything for granted. Like I said previously, you know, Jamaica's come with a very strong squad. Again, they've got a lot of the girls playing in the SSN as well, and who've had great seasons so far. You know, ANZ is just finishing. The SSN is just about to wrap up, and a lot of those diamonds are featuring in that. So, you know, we don't take any team for granted, like I say, but Jamaica's probably one to watch currently.
Ooh,
and like
Jamaica.
you said, you never know what's going to happen on the day. Yes.
Never underestimate those Jamaicans. Exactly. I agree.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, well said, Sonia, and we will be keeping an eye on that now. We all know Jamaica come with that aerial game, but again, thank you so much for your time today and all the very best for your Commonwealth Games campaign.
Thank you, guys.